I don't think we've been big in the transfer market. I think we've looked at our squad and seen how can we build on last year. And some of those decisions were taken out of my hands. TT signing a pre-contract with Chiefs meant, I've got a gap somewhere where I didn't have a gap before. In order to plug those gaps and in order to build a stronger team, I heard earlier we've lost 3 players in Masangwani, Maseko, and TT. As I said, TT was taken out of my hands. But on the Masangwani and Maseko ones, obviously would have preferred not to lose 2 such quality players. Especially a youngster like Maseko, still had 4 years on his contract with me, and we were looking really forward to unleashing him on the football market. But the team comes first, and if losing Maseko and Patrick played his first year in the PSL last season. It was his first year of PSL football. So when I had to look with Gavin and say, where are we prepared to lose? In a way, it was easier for us to lose 2 players in Maseko and Masangwani who haven't really dominated the team in terms of personality, to say that if we lost one of those 2, the team is going to be really negatively affected. Patrick spent a lot of time last year on the bench, still finding his feet. Maseko's a young player with a long way to go in terms of his own learning. He knows. When he's on fire, he was fantastic for us, and he's for sure going to be a national asset moving forward. But if you look at the 3 players that I lost and then say, okay, so what did we gain? We gained depth in the goalkeeping department by being able to bring Washington back to the club after his CAF experience last year. We felt it was an important extra buffer we needed in the goalkeeping department. We've picked up a young Tanzanian international defender who we think in the next couple of years will be worth a lot of money in the transfer market. He's going to be a really good investment and a good asset for the club. And he's just turning 21 now, so his best years are ahead of him. For him to be able to learn from a player like Tulani Slatswaya for a year or 2 would be really beneficial for him. But we picked him up, and he belongs to us. He's our player. He's not a lone player. He can play against everybody. So we've gained there. We've gained Grant Markhaman outright. I think one of the most exciting young midfielders in South African football at the moment, and we've secured him outright now. So firstly, he can play against Sundowns, which is nice. But to be our asset, which is something exciting for us. I hadn't signed Grant for a week, and I already got interest from Saudi Arabia. So from us, he's a commodity that's at the peak of his powers now. At 25, 26, we're really looking to him to kick on and to become a regular Bafana player. And off the back of that, we think he's going to be a great asset for the club. Spey and Ndlovu, another lone player from last year that we managed to bring out right now, 26 years of age. Fantastic age on his side, great energy, made a huge difference, him and Grant, to the team last year. And then we went and built on that with Nange, though he's older. Someone that's known to Gavin, that will give us depth. If you've got Markhaman and Ndlovu and Nange fighting for 2 positions in the starting lineup, that already makes me excited, because I know what I've got in Jesse Don, and I know what I've got in Talent Mbata, and I know what I've got with some of the other guys coming through. So the depth in the midfield is much stronger. I've got Igodora up front, which for me, the way he plays football and the attributes he brings is perfect for Gavin. Really good Gavin type of forward, lead from the front, press from the front, fight hard, good in the air. He'll make a big difference and take some weight off Bradley's shoulders a little bit. And again, although he's only alone, like I said to you guys last year with Markhaman and Ndlovu, hopefully we can keep 1 or 2 of them outright. I wanted to try keep Lepasa outright. It didn't work out for me. So, we're going into this hoping that maybe, when Sundowns come for the next player next year, we can squeeze Goss and Igodora out of them on a permanent basis. But we really do believe that the team has come on nicely. And then, of course, in Jukumanja was an unexpected but big signing for us. A player that Gavin knows and loves very well, a guy who had a cracker second half of the season last year. To be blunt, we tried to bring Terence in January, and kind of Pirates pushed us off. And after he did all what he did for them, I really didn't believe that we had a chance to bring him. So the way that things transpired kind of with him was kind of a pleasant surprise in a way. So yes, we've lost 3 players, but we've gained 7, and 5 of those are players that we've gained outright and that belong to us and that we can build for the future. When you add that to the talent that we brought from the younger ranks, from the DDC, I can tell you now there's 3 DDC players that will be as big, if not bigger than Maseko, for sure. And they've made a tremendous impact already in pre-season. I've had to pull them out of the UK tour. They're not going anymore on the Diski Challenge tour to the UK on Sunday, being Chandray Campbell and Ime Ocon and Jabu Matsio. I've withdrawn all 3 of those players from the UK squad because Gavin sees them as a big part of his squad, and 1 or 2 of them will feature in the first couple of games. So we're really excited about that. What you saw from Maseko last year, you're going to see from 2 or 3 other players in our squad. We've got a really exciting crop of young players. So if you're asking me, where's the team this year from last year? I think we've moved forward as a club. We own more of our own players. We've picked up players that are at the peak of their careers now, that we can build around. And now I can apply, one eye to next year to find the Gosh replacement, and find an Igodoro potential replacement. So we've got another year to grow those 2 key positions in the club in case we can't reach agreement with Sundowns. Next year, we've got a really good platform now to build on. So when Gavin joined here on the 14th of July last year, so you're asking me like 54 weeks later, where are we? To me, we're in a much better place. Whether that converts to a top 3 finish or not is no guarantee in football and in life, as you know. But we're a much stronger club 54 weeks down the line.